Hello from the dung heap, everybody. These are my friends. A lot of them.
Friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Hi, hello everybody. Happy Saturday. Good to see you all. For those who celebrate, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Mine was really nice. For the first time in a few years, I didn't have to cook much at all. I just went down to my daughter's, and it was a small group. It was only like 10 of us as opposed to about 32 last year here in this house. So yeah, good to see you all. Hey, Lori Plays, thank you so much for becoming a mod in a pinch. Thank you. I appreciate you. And we've got, hey, Seal Bill, good to see you. Hey there, friend. Traveltology. Hello, hello. Glad you all are here. There he is, Joel McCoyne. Hey, hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving. Force of Delightful Nature. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Hey, Journey. Hey there, Irish Mart. Oh, thank you. Angry in Texas. I was thinking about changing it, but if you guys like it, maybe I'll keep it. Oh, well, that's nice. Mine Thanksgiving is small. Yeah. Definite trouble source. Hey there. All right. Hi, everybody. Wow. Yeah, I can't believe it's Saturday already. Did anybody do Black Friday shopping? Do they have Black Friday over in across the pond? I don't know. I'm interested in that. Hey, Vanessa. Good to see you. You're already sick of the holiday. Oh, jeez, Joel. Oh my God, Joel, you're so cheeky. Yeah, mine was really nice. It was very casual. You know, I didn't even dress up. I didn't even wear makeup. Small as well, just my two kids and not quite son-in-law, as Lori Plays. Tuesday because they went to South Florida for Thursday. Yeah, we used to do that a lot, like with my family when the kids were younger. We used to do all of our holidays were kind of like two, either on a different day or the same day. We'd have to round up the kids and bring them down to Pittsfield, which is an hour away, and then go to my adoptive parents' house. It's just crazy. Oh, thank you. I think I forgot what it's called. I can't remember where I got it. It was a few years ago. Thanks. Yeah, I felt in a purple mood today. 6 a.m. Sunday morning in New Zealand. Oh my God, I didn't realize you were in New Zealand. So is our friend Philosophy. Sophie lives there. Oh, come on. I wanted a Tickle Me Elmo. Travel 3 shoppers to get the last Tickle Me Elmo. Thank you. I'm so glad you got it. Oh my God, I remember those days. I think I only did that once, like a really crazy, like getting up at 2 in the morning, going down to Walmart like an hour away and standing there outside in the freezing cold. And they would set up like in the parking lot, they would have a section just for people to stand in line. And they had like ropes, and it was like being, in a like an airport or something where you're kind of weaving in and out. And oh my God, we waited for hours. And I didn't even really end up buying anything. It was my friend that wanted I don't know what it was. It was some kind of game station or something like that. See, I don't even know about that stuff. But yeah, that's probably like good 10 years ago. So, hey, Candy's Live. Good to see you. Mary, yes, if you don't mind hitting the like, that would be amazing. Let people know that we're live. Hopefully it pushes out notifications. Thank you, Mary. We got Pippi Longstocking Forever. Hello there. Smoked turkey legs. I've never had those. Yes, like early. Thank you. Did I see my hubby? Oh, there he is. That reminds me, I have to see if I got pictures. I am going to crochet and talk to you guys because, after all, the name of this stream is Crochet and Slay Cults. And guess who came up with that? Not me. Not me. I was talking to Kelly and, let's see. I thought I sent him some pictures. Not sure. Okay. Anyways, I was talking to Kelly about, I said, you know how I do morning music, morning, midday, moonlight, and midnight musings. I was like, I got to have something for like when I feel like just crocheting, And she's like, how about crochet and slay cults? I'm like, I love that. So I made that little thumbnail with all of my little things I'm working on right now. And I'll tell you where I'm at with all that. I'm just trying to, I know I sent my hubby some pictures and I'm not sure what happened to them. Let me look one more time. All right, I'll have to send them again. But anyways, I want to show you some pictures. We had our first snow. It was cool because it was actually on Thanksgiving. We probably got, I don't know, Duncan said probably between 5 and 8 inches, somewhere in there. So, and I love the first snow because it's really like wet and sticky and it sticks to all of the branches. It's so pretty. So let me see if I can get those. That is so weird because I know I sent those. Okay. Let me do this. One sec, guys. All right. Okay, let's see if I can show you these. Just setting up here, show you some pictures. See, I should be doing this all before I start. I'm not all organized like Natalie. She is amazing. Okay. There we go. Did you see that? Yeah, so that's our yard. That's actually out my kitchen window. And I thought I'd take that picture. And I think I took a close-up. Or I zoomed it in. Yeah, that's a little, I don't know, like crabapple tree or something. And then this is on the way to down street. And I don't know if you can see, but there's these mountains. One of these mountains, I think it's this one, is the one that Kelly hiked up with Dunk. But yeah, it's just so pretty. I love the sky too this time of year. This looks like a painting. And yeah, that's Mount Greylock. Usually a tower, maybe it's this one. Usually a tower that you can see, but because it was in the clouds, you couldn't really see the tower. And then this is just going home. I love this one. So pretty. So yep, so that's the first snow in the holler. And I didn't really take pictures of where I live per se because all you see is trees because you can't really see the mountains because we're in a holler. So yeah, so there's that. Who else we got here? Granny G, hey there. Good to see you. Queen Thetan, nice. Glad you're here. James Steele, oh, you're here. Yay. Hello, hello. All right. Yeah, it is really pretty. Just plain cold here. Well, I forget where you live. Wow. It's in the 20s here. I think the dogs are outside. At least they were. Aw, thank you. Postcard backyard much. You did see my dishes, right? Yeah, that's funny. I think I put that as I think that's a membership stream. Thank you. Yeah, it is pretty here. then come like February, it's awful. It's like just so cold. And when you get like the spring thaw, right? Um, it's like everything's just all slush and it's nasty. If you try to walk on the road, it's impossible because well, we don't have sidewalks where I am, but down in the city, the sidewalks are just covered with like lumps of dirty, muddy snow. Yeah. Hoping for snow in Texas. Does it snow in Texas? Hey, Cat Andy. Good to see you from California. Awesome. Hi, Yadira. Yadira. Hi there. There she is. Hey, Asen. Good to see you. Great to see you. Thank you, Laurie, for being here. I don't know where my mods are this morning. They're probably on strike. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So let me just set this up. Okay. I'll show you what I'm working on. Some of you saw this the other night. So I'm making these flying monkeys and I already have 3 sold, I guess you'd say. I put these up for premiums for donations for the SPTV Foundation. And the other night I was showing this is my one that I have that's completely finished. And I think this is going to Analytical Blarney. And she said I could hold on to it for a couple of days so that I can look at it and as a prototype to see where to place everything because I've got, oh my God, let me show you all this stuff I have, guys. So I'm making 4 more. And so 3, so I'm making 5, total of 5. 3 out of the 5 are already spoken for. They already have sent me a receipt, $100 receipt for the foundation that they donated $100 each to the SPTV Foundation. So I have 2 left up for grabs that I'm working on. And yeah, so if anybody's interested, I think tonight, I believe it's tonight at 8:00, there's a chatathon, just a spontaneous one. Chad's just going to come on like he did the very first time. And he's just going to be like, hi, I'm here. Let's raise money for the foundation. So my boys have a gig. He just told me about it. My boys have a gig. They haven't had a gig in like 3 weeks. So with the holidays and everything, the venues weren't booking gigs. So they have a full band gig and it's only about 20 minutes away from us. So Duncan and I are going to go to that, but I'll be back. I should be back around 11 or 12 or probably maybe even 10, 11. So I'll jump on and say hi to you. And if I don't get any takers for the last 2 here, I'll put those up, for tonight. And then I'm working on another Rodney. So he's going to be put up for $250 premium. And as some of you know, I already gave away my my Xenu hat, and that went for $1,000 donation to an anonymous donor who doesn't wish to be named, and they gave it to somebody very special, which you might know that person. So what? Oh, okay. Are you serious, Lori? Okay. Yeah. I didn't, the mods have the link, but it's just SPTV Foundation /donate. And if you donate $100, I will send you one as soon as it's done. Yeah. Just let me know when you donate. That would be amazing. Oh, the Perth, Scotland. I didn't know that. Awesome. Yeah. So I guess we got one more. But yeah, I'm gonna finish these hopefully in the next week. I'm working feverishly on them. I've watched so many documentaries, you guys. I've been just crocheting my butt off. So I am going to make 5 theta potatoes. You can see them on the thumbnail. And I think I'm going to let those go for $50 donations each. And I'll probably announce that tonight too at the chatathon. I'm really excited. And I'm glad it's like, Chad is so laid back. He's so like just chill that he's not, worried about any fancy stuff. He's just, gonna hang out like you did the first time. So thank you. Hey, Janet from another planet. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're really cute. They're really fun to make. And I've gotten some really good suggestions because I totally forgot about that whole yarn under thing. I'm going to try it for my next tail that I make. Says if you like usually when I crochet, and I've been crocheting the same way for like 40 something years, so it's really hard to train myself to do it a different way. But they say if you put in your yarn and you wrap it under instead of over, especially when you're doing something like this, that it doesn't show the stuffing so much. So I'm going to work on that because the rest I crochet so tight that I usually don't have a problem with that at all. But with these curves and the gauge of the yarn is really, really thin. So yeah. Hey, Pup Groomer 20. Good to see you, friend. This is June. Hello. Just caught up. Awesome. He cracks me up. Oh, is it Rodney? You will? Yes. Oh my God. Awesome. That's what she said. Yeah, I was thinking that. I don't know how we would I don't know how we would work it, but if there's a lot of other crocheters in our community, I step away and now that it's just a pop-up chatathon tonight at 8:00, I guess, and he's gonna go all night. I won't be on till later. But yes, hit the like, that'd be great. Yeah, so I'm gonna just crochet and talk to you guys. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, I know a lot of you had celebrated Thanksgiving or like you're gonna probably be around family for Christmas and all that. I wanted to ask you guys, like, how do you deal with family members that are either like to talk about like politics or religion or just things that like are a little bit uncomfortable? Like, how do you deal with that? Because like this year I was lucky with Thanksgiving because I didn't really have anybody around me. I mean, my family, even my immediate family, either some of them don't vote, some of them vote Republican, some of them vote Democrat, some of them are kind of go in between, are very moderate like me, and vote both parties back and forth depending on the year and the issue. But yeah, I was just wondering that because like now that I'm not religious anymore, it's sometimes really hard to be around like a big group of my extended family because they are really religious. And no offense to anyone, but I cringe at these big family gatherings when all of a sudden like they'll appoint one of the patriarchs, of the family to say grace, right? And it's like, precious heavenly Father, we gather together, blah blah blah. Please bless the food and bless it unto our bodies in Jesus' name, amen. And I know it just sounds like, what's the big deal, Marilyn? I don't know. It just, hey, Giorgio, you're here. It just makes me cringe because I guess part of me is like feels almost like guilty that I don't believe anymore. And then it's like, well, what if the food's poisonous? No, like, the whole blessed unto our bodies or whatever, like saying grace, I guess was back in the day was to bless it so that if it was spoiled or poisonous, that it wouldn't kill you. So I don't think we have to worry about that so much these days. But I guess it's also, just to show thanks to God. But I don't know. It just, to me, it's just like, ooh, like, do we have to? But then I feel guilty, like, oh, you're not grateful, Joel. My mom and dad are very hard for me to be around. We disagree on almost everything. I have to avoid them. Not easy, but now with one in the hospital, that would be better. But no, oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, and your parents are both like, what are they, like 98, 99? They're getting up there. So I'm sure they're set in their ways, right? I bet. Yeah, so glad you're here, Giorgio. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. So yeah, I don't know, like it's hard for me too because I don't have any really like strong beliefs anymore. Does that make sense? Like I wanted to do, I don't know how this would go over, probably like a lead balloon, but I wanted to do a talk, like a stream about like extremism and hidden agendas. And any of you that are friends with me on Facebook might know that I put up a post this week about politics, which I never do. I never do. But I would guess I was just getting really like tired of both ends of like political extremes in our country just being like it's the end of the world, we're going to end up like all in bondage, like or in slavery, like either communism one end or a dictatorship, and I'm like I was already in a cult. I don't really want that. So I put that up and I was like, I will listen to both sides and exercise critical thinking, but these extremes are just like they're just too much. And I've been really watching a ton of documentaries, and I happened on one, well, two actually that I watched. One was on Christian nationalism, which is one extreme, and then one was on wokeism, was another extreme. And I can see some of both sides, and I can kind of take from things that seem reasonable, but then there's other things that are just like, are you kidding me? And in some ways it feels like the same, like two sides of the same coin, you know? And yeah, extremes, right? I really can't tolerate the extremes on either side, and we will never get anywhere if we can't meet I know. It is crazy. Isn't people are terrified, and I understand that, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I know people that voted for Trump, and I know I never talk about this, but okay, just us people, right? Just us. That were terrified that the Democrats would get in, and that they would be sending their children to school and being indoctrinated into what they feel is wrong, and they would have to tell their children at home that they don't believe in that, right? Or that the parents don't. And this is happening in our town. This is actually happening in our actual town. And I know it's strange because Vermont is very rural. So you'd think it would lean to the right, which it does in the rural areas. But then you've got more of the the populated areas that lean way to the left. There's like two extremes. And our town, which is the very southern point of Vermont, is half and half, two very extreme groups. Like, I mean, like not everybody's extreme. Like me, I'm not extreme. Duncan's not extreme. But that the school has been a huge bone of contention because on the one hand, you have some very religious people in town. There's like a Catholic mafia, not mafia, Catholic militia. I won't say mafia. They're very nice people, actually. They have guns, but they're very nice and they're good neighbors. But they can be a little extreme in their views, and I think they would love to see prayer back in the schools. They would love to see some type of religious, teachings or whatever, which is wrong. I believe it's wrong. I think, like my husband said in his post on my Facebook wall, is that we send our kids to school to learn, right? We as parents, I think, have the responsibility to teach them our values. And yeah, you learn some values at school, but I don't think you need to learn about religion. And I don't think you need to learn about politics and things, especially when you're really little. So there was a big to do um, about little kids being bused to a political rally, um, and they were expected to march for civil rights, and which I understand that. Like I understand that, but I don't think that taxpayers' money should be paying for little kids to stand on a picket line. And what if the parents don't believe in doing that? So that was a big problem. And the principal was, well, I won't say he was fired, but he was driven out. And that's just an example of the two extremes. And it was getting like, honestly, guys, I haven't come out and said anything about it. I might at some point try to like, but like if you're, yeah. I hope you understand what I mean. Theo Bell, government schools are hiding truth of 4th and 5th Markavian invader forces. That could be. That could be. Crazy fat cats lady, you're right. I'm Catholic and prayer should not be put in schools. Yeah, I think it's, it's reasonable to say there is separation between church and state. And I wonder how other countries handle that. Hey, pizza, good to see you. Church of Satirology. Yeah, I wasn't planning on getting too deep today, guys, but I don't know. It's just been something that's on my mind, and maybe we can dig a little deeper into it. But I'm scared, because I don't want to get political or religious. But I don't know. It's like I feel like I can talk to you guys about anything. It's on my mind. So. Angry in Texas, I just look open-eyed around the room at everyone who has closed their eyes to pray, and I stare at them. When they finally open their eyes, it startles them to be looking. I've done that. I've done that. Thanks. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Oh my goodness. Kat, Andy, I can be hard for my friends to be around too, because I never stop ranting about Scientology's abuses. Yeah, the blank stares are real. Yeah. Well, I sometimes I brought my crocheting and I'm like crocheting like flying monkeys. Like, why are you doing that? Well, you see, it's funny. But now when I get called names, like instead of going live about it, I just crochet about it, right? Just let's crochet about it. Hey, Journey. My father-in-law is huge on praying only at holidays. Last night we had our second Thanksgiving. As he's praying, 8 of us staring at each other, and my teen starts putting food on her plate. Oh no. Oh, my pearls. Yeah, that was such a no-no back in the day. 99. My dad is a narcissist, bad one. My mom is a guilt presser. Oh, everything's my fault. I'm worn very thin. My wife is running interference as much as, possible. Today so far, 14 phone calls. Oh my goodness. You are a saint. I don't know how you put up with it. Yeah. He said, I think people who are directly affected, like the LGBTQ plus community, are terrified, and I understand that. They are scared their lifestyle's in danger. Yeah. I totally understand that. I really do. I don't know what the answer is because again, it's not anyone, not their fault at all. But I think that unfortunately, people voted for things that were important to them and things like the economy, whether that was, rational to do. I think that, again, everybody has their own way of dealing with things and things that are important. And I think civil liberties are very important, but at the same time, we can't force people to see our view if we're not willing to look at things from their point of view too. So I try to look at both sides. So like I said, with the, I know I'm falling all over myself right now, but with the example that I gave you of the two extremes in my town with that little school. Those are the kind of things that divide people, because they're like, one side is terrified that their kids are going to get bused, little kids. I don't mean teenagers. I mean like elementary school kids, maybe 8, 9, 10 years old, get bused to a trans trans rights rally or something like that. And they don't want their kids to go to that. Not that they're hateful or anything, but they just don't want to have to explain to their kids sexuality at that young age, which I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I don't really weigh in on it, but I try to listen to both sides and try to understand. And I totally understand people not wanting, prayer back in the schools and all that, and all the religious right and the Christian nationalism. I think that's dangerous too. But honestly, I see both extremes going to a kind of a culty end, honestly. Like, you've got one side that could be very well, like the right, Republican, could be very well dangerously going towards a dictatorship. I see that possibly happening. I'm not going to mince words here. The other side of things, the other extreme, I could see going to a communist type, socialist, communist, bent a nation. So I don't think either are very healthy. So I do think we need to meet in the middle, and I think there's certain things that is a personal choice that people should be able to make, but not everybody should have to agree or put their money towards it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really try to be balanced. And as someone who came from a very poor background and I relied on the government for my very life. I want to see, I don't want to see things like Social Security and welfare and other, safety nets be taken away. I mean, that scares the crap out of me too. Yes, fundamentalists of anything scare me. Yeah. And I've seen, again, talking about extremes, I've seen both extremes come to violence, and one is not better than the other. I'm sorry. Like, they're both bad. It's scary. It's scary. I believe in civil rights very much, but I don't believe in violent riots on either side. I think it's wrong. I don't know what that is, like Wicca. Oh, like that's yeah, that's a religion. I think Wicca's cool. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I think it's very cool. It was something that like what we weren't allowed to believe in, but I think it's legit. Grouchy Mama Bear. My daughter and I are different sides, but we do agree that extremists, right? Extremes are bad. Yeah. Yeah. Hey there. Hey, old Fritz. Good to see you. Yeah, I know, Granny G. It's hard not to be. It really is. Like, I was talking to Duncan about it. He's definitely okay. So I think I would say he's like more left of center than I am, but we're both pretty much in the center. And he said that like he's not going to live in fear, because how is that going to help him? Like, we do what we can to stand up for what we feel is right, but at the same time, like, if we live in fear, then we're just hurting ourselves. So it is scary to think about the future for our kids and our grandkids, potentially grandkids. I don't have any yet, but yeah, I think either way it could be scary. So I guess we have today, and I'm not going to let it rule my life. Hey, Christine Everett Newton, good to see you. See you. Yeah, Christian nationalism is not. I think the one I listened to, it might be free on either Netflix or Amazon Prime. It was called God and Country, and yeah, that was really scary. And then the other one I saw, and granted, I mean, these are put on by the opposite, you know, the opposite party or whatever, the opposite side. But it was called something like Woke Wars or something. And, it was put on by like Fox News, which I watched it though, because I want to understand where half the country's coming from, and to just like I'm trying to really exercise critical thinking and not go to extremes, right? Not have like those like black and white thinking. So it's like if there, I know that half the country can't be like crazy or stupid or anything like that. Like some people just write off half the country. I don't think it's fair to do that. It's really not either side. Yeah, founding fathers kept religion and state separate for a reason. Yeah. Yeah, because they didn't want a theocracy, They came over here to America to exercise their own freedom to believe whatever God that they wanted to. In this case, it was Christianity. Like I think about it, guys, and this is probably something some of you can relate to. Um, I was brought up Christian, and I was brought up to believe that God like was ruling the country, so to speak, and that this was a Christian nation. Now I realize it really isn't. It's a democracy, right? It's not a theocracy. But I was always taught that the ends justify the means, and that the ideal America would be all Christian, you know, which I don't think is right. Right, exactly. Tiff 420. I didn't teach my daughter any religion. I couldn't. I just tried to teach her to be a good person at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, Holly Cecil, good to see you. Buttercup 49, there. Oh, the mascot. Oh, yeah, the Ohio State. I was watching something about that. That's crazy. Right. I think a lot of people are just plain scared of it. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I respect both. I respect people's right to believe what they want, you know? And yeah, I think that it's just sad that like I was just scrolling this morning, and there was like a question. I don't even know I don't even think it was like a Facebook friend. It was just some group that I don't even belong to. But someone said, "What's the one thing that someone could say that would give you like no respect for them? Like all of a sudden you'd have no respect for them any longer." And someone said, "I've for whoever," right? And then somebody else was like, "Well, why would you hate someone or have no respect for them just because they voted for somebody you don't like?" And honestly, that's kind of how it is right now. Like I'm afraid to tell people who I voted for, because like chances are if there's two people in front of me, one of them is going to yell at me and the other one's going to be like, "Oh good, you can be my friend," and then the other one's like, "You can't be my friend." It's just crazy, and everybody has their reasons. And I don't have like, I don't know, it's like I don't have a prejudice against either side, but I do believe in certain things, and I understand why some people might not. Litter boxes. Sometimes I get in the middle of a conversation, I'm like, what? What? Right. I think some things should be taught by parents, some in places of worship, and some things in schools. Yeah, I mean, you learn like in kindergarten, right? You learn to share, you know. Um, you learn to respect people. You will learn to respect people's spaces, you know. And I believe in having age appropriate conversations, but a lot of those conversations really need to be had by the parents. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like pizza, we all have different preps. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Why would the schools bring kids to it? Really seems weird. First, you have Yes, and that I think that's what the problem was that when they did the permission slip, it wasn't clear where they were going, and some of the parents were really up in arms about it, and the principal ended up getting like kind of pushed out. So yeah, it was a big thing. I'm just glad for some reason, guys, this town, the school has been a bone of contention for the past, I'd say probably close to 20 years. And I actually used to substitute there when I was younger before I had my daughter. And actually before I got married and maybe partially when I was married. But um they had the same principal for 30 years and it was Leo, and he's a great guy. Everybody liked him, and he passed away. He used to smoke like a chimney though, and he passed away from, I think it was esophageal cancer. And ever since then, I mean, they had the same principal for like 30 years, and ever since then, there's been I can think of like 6 principals in the past 15 to 16 years, you know? So, yeah, so that's an average of every 3 years or so. So, yeah, it's been crazy because the town just can't seem to come together and they can't keep a principal. And it seems like either they got like this crazy like military type person or somebody that just has really liberal ideas. It just doesn't seem to be a balance at all. Chad, is this Clearwater Chad? CO Bell, extremism can be bad, but it's true that Comrade Chad is never wrong. And if the masses are deluded by reaction, he will seize power. That's right. Mm. Folks about religion in the classroom or Christian. Yeah. Mm. Granny T, I believe in kindness, helping children, preserving our environment, and learning. I will not align myself with a political party. Parties change over time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, the Republican Party was the party of what's his name there? Abraham Lincoln, right? And he freed the slaves or had a lot to do with it. So yeah, they do change over time, don't they? Oh, you're from Ohio State? Yeah, that's gross. Not that's gross, but that whole mascot thing. That's awful. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, I'm just scrolling, guys, because I don't have anybody in the back today. Mm. Pizza, there was a time when strangers, could have civil conversations about politics and stuff, but that was in the olden days, which may not come back. Yeah. Yeah, just mutual respect, you know? Thank you, Candy's Live. I certainly feel that who you voted for is none of my business. That way we can still be friends. That's right. Yeah. If it's any consolation, it was by a hair, my decision. Duncan was very confident who he was going to vote for. And I was just like, oh, I just feel like the lesser of the two evils because I felt like both were kind of representing an extreme. And I voted with my conscience and what I felt, was right. But yeah, it's just I hope I made the right decision, but I won't I guess I just gave it away. Yeah, but I won't know because yeah, I won't know. Maybe I'll know in 4 years. Hey Raquel, good to see you. But yeah, I don't want to be called a horrible person by either side for like who I voted for, because it's not an easy decision, especially when you have two choices that are not really representing you, or representing what you believe in. Okay, I hear you, angry in Texas. Yeah, I hear you. And that's why I don't talk about politics normally. But yeah, I get it. And it why is that why was that one of our choices? I just that's what I don't understand is why were our 2 choices so extreme? You know? Like, I could think of people that would probably be a little more, you know, I don't know, reasonable, not having an agenda. Like, that's why, yeah, I guess maybe this is the talk. I was gonna talk about like extremes and hidden agendas and things like that. Because fortunately, I think I've even kind of picked up on some even in this space sometimes is it's easy to just discount somebody and just label them, label them as, oh, well, you're a narcissist, or you're a misogynist, or you're a racist, or you're this, or you're that. It's like, then you can just cancel them. It's like you label somebody and they're really like, yeah, and then that's it. And there's no discussion. And I think that it has worked in some cases, but maybe not so much in this space because we're we're not looking at a person, we're looking at a cause, and we're looking at trying to free people from tyranny, not create tyranny. So that's just how I feel. But I have seen some political agendas from some people that are kind of in the shadows, but also trying to wield some influence. So very strange. And I just don't think it belongs here. Oh, you do? Is it? I forgot what that's called. It's some kind of women's, like, it's not Maiden Forum. It's like women. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, it's a magazine I get sometimes. I'm like, I like that shirt. Granny G. So many people are afraid of people and groups that they have never met. I found good and bad people within every group I've encountered. Absolutely. That's very true. See you later, Joel. Yeah, sorry. I know we're getting political. Let's not call the president names. I mean, I understand there's people that hate him, but it's okay. I mean, if if Kamala had won, I want to say her name correctly, I'd be like, don't call her names, same way. Labeling things makes things simpler. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're probably done with okay. That was a bad idea, I guess. It reminds me why I don't do politics. I'm just talking about crocheting and uh, raising money for charity. Let's do that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, I understand. Like, okay, this is all I want to say about it is I'm not really sure. Like, I hate the word hate because how do you know? How do you know someone's inner feelings? Like, I I don't know. Like, if it's anger or hatred or intolerance, I think that some people who are saying that people are hateful and intolerant sound a little hateful and intolerant. So I don't know. I'm just gonna put that out there. I feel like we need to be more tolerant of people that we may see as intolerant. How are we going to make them more tolerant if we're forcing them, calling them names and hating on them, making them feel like shit or making them feel stupid, or like, oh, you're just a racist podunk idiot who can't, I don't know. I don't feel like either is right. I I really my heart goes out to everyone who feels oppressed, but I'm not going to scream, "Oh, you're hateful." Like, how do you know that? Like, I don't think everybody the that votes for the candidate that you don't like is hateful. Maybe the candidate's hateful, or maybe the president's hateful. Who knows? But I don't think half the country is full of hate and intolerance. I really don't. So I don't know. See you later, Cat Andy. There you go. 4 years, right. And actually 2 years for the Congress. Yeah, it's like, why? I just wonder why this happened, you know? Because both the House of Representatives and the Senate, yeah, leaned a certain way. We need to learn to agree to disagree. Absolutely. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah. It's a government by the people, and it impacts us, the people we love. Yeah, it's true. That's true. I agree in Texas. Yeah. Exactly. I think it's important to be transparent. I always say I'm not for everyone and everyone's not for me, and that's okay, right? Turkey or ham for Thanksgiving. We did turkey. We didn't do ham. We usually do ham for Christmas Day. Yeah, let's go back to that. Ham or turkey. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Karma. Karma Chameleon. I like how you put your home. Oh, thank you. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. We should all be more tolerant. Yeah. Like, how are we going to change people's mind if we just write everybody off? You know, ham for Thanksgiving. That's fair. I prefer ham myself, but my daughter is so into tradition. Like, you can't change stuff like that. No way. She would have a fit. She's funny. Woman within. That's it. That's it. That's it. Some kind of woman. Yeah. I like women within. It's very reasonable. You know, I am very low maintenance, guys and gals and everybody. I'm very low maintenance. And I've gotten to where, like, certain things, I kind of know what size I am and I know how it's going to fit. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe that was a bad idea to talk about that. But I guess my point was, you know, extremes are bad. Extremes are bad. And no matter what side of it you're on, yeah, it can be scary. And I guess where I'm at is like, it's not going to help me to project and be fearful of the future. I will stand up for what I feel is right. And I have gone out and marched for civil rights. Duncan and I both have, you know, during COVID we did. And yeah, I would do it again. I would totally do it again. Duncan's gone to, I think I had to work that time or something, but he went to a, what do you call it? He did a protest for the environment, you know? So yeah, I think it's okay to do that. I just think that maybe think about how there's other people that feel differently, and there could be some actual legitimate reasons why, you know. Maybe they're worried about the economy, maybe they're worried about their kids you know, being one way or the other, like in school learning, you know. I don't believe in religions in schools, but I also don't believe in radicalism in schools either, you know. I think that things should be age appropriate. Oh, I'm so glad. Move cancer from my honey's liver. Right now is cancer free. Awesome. Yeah, guys. I had the day after that. So yesterday morning? Was it yesterday morning? Yesterday. Right. So yesterday morning. Seems like forever ago. I had to go the morning after Thanksgiving. They had called me Wednesday to remind me of an appointment that I didn't even know about. I had to go get because I think I told a lot of you I had a physical not too long ago. and they wanted me to get an ultrasound of my liver because I'm overweight, and they said, at this time of your life you could have like a fatty liver or whatever, and they said nothing to worry about too bad, but just as a precaution we want to do an ultrasound. So they called me and said I had to do a fast after midnight. I'm like, well, I'm not going to eat, obviously I'm not going to eat late at night, but it's Thanksgiving. I'm like, should I be careful about what I eat? And they're like, no, just eat whatever, just it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, but it's Thanksgiving. Like, is that going to affect my results? And they said no. So I had to go early in the morning. I had to fast, and that was fine. But it was just so early, and it kind of hurt. Like, I don't remember the ultrasound for my babies hurting that much, but she was like sticking it into this rib. She's sticking it into my rib, and it freaking hurt. But yeah, I'm waiting for the results. I am a little nervous. I can't help it because, you never know. Hey, hey, Cece. Oh, awesome. Popping in to tell you, MD Media just checked the test center front door. It's still locked. Thank you to the entire community. Many, many years. Awesome. I was so glad. Yeah, so that must be the test center is on Hollywood Boulevard in LA. Yeah, they closed it down months ago, and I'm glad it's still locked. Awesome. Well, I'm having a hot flash. I don't know if it's because of the menopause or because we got a little spicy for a little while. Fatty liver is kind of okay. That's good to know because I was getting worried about it. I know they're going to put me on a diet. Can be reversed. Okay. That's good to know. So they're talking about Mediterranean diet. I'm like, I don't like fish. So I don't know how to deal with that. They did an ablation to remove the tumors. I'm so glad he's cancer free. It's amazing. Oh, yes. Did you guys see that? Laurie and Carrie J, and I forgot the blonde lady's name. She's really sweet. We're out delivering care packages to Sea Org members, and they actually delivered, I think, at least 4, right? Left their hands and went to the building. That's good. And Aaron showed up. He actually texted me, but I was on the phone. I didn't see his text until he actually went live, but he had seen my community post. So that was a great idea that Carrie J had. She texted me and told me they were going, so I put it on my community post, and he saw it, and then he popped it in. So that was good. Yes, I'm so glad for that news. Yes, and Kay, I'm so happy. Erica, that's her name. That's right. Thank you. Greek salad. That sounds good. Erin's hilarious. Lori, you're good. Yes, she is amazing. I know Erin. He's like a teenager. He just pops in. He's like, we got these sweet ladies with the care package, and he's like, "Oh, you got toilet paper in here? Oh, great, because another Sea Org member can wipe their ass tonight." I'm like, Aaron, and then he was offering lady products to the cops. I'm like, Aaron, oh my goodness, you had barbecue ribs for Thanksgiving? That sounds good though. I'm actually hungry. I saw Aaron saying it. Cracked me up. It's too much. Hey, they really need. Especially since he really seemed to enjoy that. He did. Mediterranean diet. Just cut back carbs and use healthy oils. Olive and avocado has helped my fibro. Really? Yeah, I need that because I've been eating a lot of processed food, and I do notice that when I get up in the morning, the fibro has been definitely flaring up. And I'll be honest, guys, when I was kind of stressed out, I was doing 2 streams a day for a little while, as a lot of you know, when, the whole troll gate and all that. And it wasn't good for my fibro. That's for sure. That's why I've just been kind of relaxing, not putting pressure on myself to go live all the time, and, just doing crocheting. It's very, very therapeutic and making money for charities. So I think I have I have 4 of these spoken for, so 1 more. If anybody feels led, feels the need for a flying monkey, you can, if you donate $100 to the SBTV Foundation and send me the receipt on the email, coffeeculturecrafts@gmail.com. I will send you one of these, preferably within the United States, because I can only pay up. I said I would pay up to $20 shipping. So if you're, out of the country, then if you want one, you have to pay the shipping over and above the $20. So yeah, so I got that. And then just to show you again, I got a Rodney going, and that would be for the only one donation of $250. And I'm going to make some data potatoes. I think are going to be like for a $50 donation, probably up to 5 of those as well. So anybody's interested. My stepmom and his family had spaghetti. Who was it that told me they were having Chinese food? I would go for that too. Yeah, Greek, that spanakopita, that sounds really good. I haven't had that in forever. Ooh, Instapot. I have one. New Wave oven. I don't know what that is. I have an Instapot, but I haven't really used it much. I used to use it a lot. And then the one that I had, we used it so much and it ended up like just dying. Like the seal wasn't sealing anymore. So we got a new one, and then I just haven't really gotten into it yet. It's so big. It's like you got to lug it out from the closet. But I do use the air fryer all the time. Oh, that's nice. Crochet ornaments for a Christmas tree this year. Yeah, I want to do some more crocheting streams where, like, yeah, email me if you guys want to, like, any of the crocheters. If you want to do a crochet stream, I'll send you a link. And we just kind of pop on and hang out. I like having spanakopita Greek salad and Greek potatoes. Oh, that sounds really good. It really does. Greek lemon. Mm-hmm. Oh, you'll love it, Candy's Life. You'll love it. I love my air fryer so much. I think it's awesome. All right. Well, I will be on tonight at some point. Don't forget, Clearwater Chad is doing a pop-up chatathon tonight, I think 8:00 Eastern. And I'll probably be on more like 10 or 11, maybe midnight. I'll hang out for a little while, and yeah, it'll be really fun. So thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry it got a little spicy. I guess we'll stay away from politics from now on, but everybody have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.